Good morning. This is a Get Up and Go breakfast show. My name is Dave Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Oh, happy St. Patrick's Day to one and all. Let's see, do I have any green on today? You certainly don't. I don't believe I do either. Expect to get pinched. Celebrating the patron saint of Ireland, which, as we've talked about before, is celebrated a little differently in Ireland than it is here in the United States. Mostly because ours is all about drinking and parades and having a hangover on Tuesday. If we didn't start early on the weekend. Boston is probably the biggest celebrator of St. Patty's Day, St. Patrick's Day. Chicago, pretty big, a lot of Irish in Chicago. And quite a number of Irish out here in the Plain States as well, who migrated here many years ago. So with that, have yourself a glass of cheer and a corned beef cabbage as well. Of course, this is corned beef cabbage day today. Now, I don't know how popular that is really in Ireland. And as I've mentioned to you before, it's a lot different in Ireland on St. Patrick's Day because it is a holiday much like Christmas. So it's kind of quiet and they have a few parades and things, but they don't go after it like we do here in the United States as immigrants from Ireland to the United States. But everybody can have a good time today, and if you got a little Irish in you, enjoy. If you don't, enjoy anyway. The Shamrock Tenors, a whiskey in the jar, here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on this St. Patrick's Day. I do want to let you know that due to electrical issues at the middle school, high school construction site, there will be no school at Broken Bow today for all the PK through 12 students. All staff are required to report for a work day at North Park starting at 8 a.m. in the North Park Gymnasium. Bow Club will be available for students in grades K through 5 at North Park from 7:45 to 6 p.m. And please note that no breakfast will be served. So due to electrical issues at the middle school, high school construction site, no school today in Broken Bow. Hopefully they'll get that fixed. And they will have their school board meeting tonight. That is being held at the Broken Bow Library, as it has been since construction started. So I'm sure that will take place today. Let's see here. Yes, school lunch menus. Let's do those. I guess everybody's back to school maybe from spring break. We'll find out. Prairie Pioneer Center certainly is having gatherings today, and they'll be having goulash, peas, biscuits, and fruit.
All right, school lunch menus now will start in Sand Hills at Dunning. Cheeseburgers at Sand Hill School today.
All right, at Anselmo Myrna today, it will feature made fresh pizza casserole, mini corn dogs, Uncrustable cheese, and cracker platter.
All right, Callaway today on the menu on March 17th. A Reuben sandwich seems fitting for the day. Callaway School serving a Reuben today.
Sargent, St. Patrick's Day menu, chicken nuggets, green beans, fruit cup, dinner roll, and milk.
All right, let's see. This is Cozad. Cozad today showing a cheeseburger with seasoned fries and pizza bar. Some of their choices at Cozad today.
And let's see, I don't have Thedford's updated menu, so I'll go to Ansley. And they're having teacher in service today, so they'll not be having school at Ansley, but they will be asking the teachers to come in to teacher in service.
Gothenburg today, made fresh pizza casserole, mini corn dogs, made fresh sausage pizza, fresh baked combo sub, and a nacho snackable. Some of your choices at Gothenburg today.
All right, let's take a look at birthdays on this Monday. Let's see, John Sebastian. Wow, he's 81 today. Founded the 60s pop band The Lovin' Spoonful, which had a number of hits back then. And, of course, he also had the song Welcome Back Kotter theme, which was used for the television show. Billy Corgan is 58 today, best known as the lead singer and guitarist and frontman for the Smashing Pumpkins. Kurt Russell, 74 today. Now, it'd be hard to describe all the different things that Kurt Russell's been in, all the way back to his Disney days, back when he was on Disney. Got to start there. He also played Quill's father, Ego, in the Guardian of the Galaxies 2. He played Santa Claus in the Christmas Chronicles. The veteran actor is a longtime partner of actress Goldie Hawn, the father to actor Wyatt Russell, and stepdad to actors Kate and Oliver Hudson. Kurt Russell, 74 today. And he's played in some real G-rated type films, and then he's been in some of those quirky, kind of weird films as well. And he plays his parts really, really well. John Sebastian, 81 years old today, and he has one question for you on this Monday morning. The Lovin' Spoonful, Do You Believe in Magic? Coming up, grocery cart specials this morning. Brent will have those for you. And we have a lot of other things to talk about and guests coming in today. So keep it right here. Looks like we're having some folks in from the United Methodist Church talking about their annual family banquet. Also on our guest list, Custer County Economic Development Corporation, who will be in and having their monthly meeting this afternoon. So they'll probably have some things that they want to tell us about on that. Also, Brent, good neighbor, brother and son all in one, right across the street there. Noticed yesterday, I went for a little walk and
You notice a lot of things.
I did.
That's what I've noticed.
Yeah, I noticed. Yeah. I noticed that you noticed that. I came down the street past your place yesterday evening. I noticed you have a extra large mailbox. You got like two.
It's larger.
Do you have two sections in that mailbox?
No.
It looked like you had two separate doors.
I don't think so. I open one door and take out the mail.
Well, maybe you should open the other one. There's two there.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure.
All right.
So I was wondering, if you do have two doors, you can look. Well, I could look for you. We have our mail box is right by our door.
Mm-hmm.
It's mounted on the house, and it's not real big. And we get a lot of junk mail, like so many people do. And I was thinking, maybe we could share your mailbox. You could bring over, sort the mail, sort out the junk mail, and bring over the real letters to us. What do you think?
I'd love to.
All right.
You bet. Just change your address, and I'd be happy to collect your mail.
I wonder how that would work. Oh, we'd have the same address.
Yes.
So that means you would get my bills.
Probably so.
So as long as you're going through the mail, you could take care of those as well.
You bet. Be happy to.
You're going to write checks or use a credit card? I'd kind of like to know.
Probably checks if
Okay.
it's paying bills.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow, you're being a very cooperative neighbor.
Absolutely. I'm changing my tune beginning today.
Well, I like that.
It's just yes. Yes, I'd be happy to do that.
Okay, well then you would be happy to check. It looks to me like you got two doors on your mailbox. Would you check that?
Absolutely.
Before we go any further with that?
You bet. Would love to.
Gosh, I love this.
Yes.
I love this. A couple things here this morning. On this Tuesday, blood drive at the Ansley School. And as we mentioned, they're having in-teacher service there today, but they will have the school open for the blood drive from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. So be sure and note that today. If you're in that area, they would love to have you stop by and make that precious donation at the Ansley School from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. today. Speaking of Ansley, don't forget that this Friday, March 21st, is the Ryan Rebuild Day. At Ansley Lumber, all sales profits will go to benefit Logan and Leah Ryan because they lost their home in February and all their contents. So anything in the store in stock, any profits made on Friday of this week will go to the Ryan Rebuild Fund. And, of course, you still have a little time yet to get those Chamber of Commerce banquet tickets. This is their annual banquet, and you can get your tickets by calling 872-5691 or stop in and make your purchase there on the east side of the square. Tickets are $60 each, or a table of 8 for $450. And that's coming up as well. And there are some auctions going on. We encourage you to take a look at the Sandhills Express auction page. Just click on the tab. I know that we've got the Bull Test auction coming up down Ansley Way. They've been doing that for a number of years, that at the barn. And also the annual Charlet Bull Sale taking place this Wednesday. So there's details on those on the Sandhills Express auctions tab. All right, let's play the game.
All right, here we go. March is Humorists Are Artists Month. So here are some questions about some of the funniest men and women in show business. Which of these comedic dynamos started his career on a very popular 1970s sitcom as an alien, and I'm going to help you out here, named Mork? from another planet. Unfortunately, this person no longer with us, and here are your choices. Robin Williams, Phil Hartman, Andy Kaufman, or Michael McKean. Which of these comedic dynamos started his career on a very popular 1970s sitcom as an alien from another planet? Was it Robin Williams, Phil Hartman, Andy Kaufman, or Michael McKean? If you know the answer, call us at 872-2801.
You two guys.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Are you having foot pain that is slowing you down? Call Team Physical Therapy, 872-5111. If you are suffering from plantar fasciitis, foot pain, ankle pain, let Team Physical Therapy know. Team Physical Therapists can also assess your running and walking to help you with your foot and ankle pain and keep you active. Call Team Physical Therapy and see what we can do to help relieve that nagging foot pain. 872-5111.
Spring has arrived at Lily Kate Boutique in Broken Bow. Step into the season with a stunning selection of stylish outfits, perfect for all your spring activities. Whether you're headed to a wedding, spring program, graduation, or needing a new Easter outfit, they've got you covered. Plus, if you're craving a sun-kissed glow without the wait, try their Versa Spa tanning booth for the perfect tan anytime. Visit them on the north side of the square and make Lily Kate Boutique your go-to for spring style and radiance.
Good morning, Captain.
Good morning, Captain.
You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
We have Lois on the line. Good morning, Lois.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Well, it's a great day.
It is St. Patrick's Day. Do you celebrate St. Patrick's Day?
No.
No.
But it's still a good day.
It's still a good day. You're right. You're right. Maybe we can make it just a little bit better. Here's Brent.
Okay, here's your question. Which of these comedic dynamos started his career on a very popular 1970s sitcom as an alien from another planet? Was it Robin Williams, Phil Hartman, Andy Kaufman, or Michael McKean?
Robin Williams.
Yes, of course, Robin Williams. He was Mork and Mindy. And
Yep.
because you've answered correctly, Lois, we got a little certificate here that's going to get you a free Blizzard at Dairy Queen in Broken Bow. So come on out and see us when you can.
Awesome. Will do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is 10 minutes before the hour. We'll get to those specials from the grocery cart here in a moment. A couple of things here that we want to remind you of. Melham Medical Center is having their hormone health through the life cycle. Presentation will be by Tyler Adams, OBGYN. They're also having some gift boxes to the first 25 attendees and a gift basket drawing from Essence Med Spa valued at $1,800. And snacks will be provided. That's on March 20th, this week, March 20th, 5:30 until 6:30 p.m., so it's an hour long. For more information, call the hospital at 872-4124, 872-4124. Get more information on that. That will be interesting and kind of fun, too, with all the prizes and so forth. Critics are going nuts. Going completely nuts for Charlie Crockett's new release, Lonesome Drifter. And the album is getting critical reviews. Pitchfork says he spills the whole highway full of his latest and newest work. Here's a sample of it for you. We've got it in our playlist on KBBN. Charlie Crockett's latest, Lonesome Drifter, right here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Well, we do have to shop for groceries at least once a week. Sometimes more than that. If you got kids, you got to go get milk and cereal and bread, maybe more than once a week. And they always try to save you money out at the grocery cart. And here's some of those specials with Brent Apperson.
All right, here's the ad for this week from the grocery cart. Runs today through March 23rd. We'll start in the meat department. Fresh 93% diet lean ground beef, $5.98 a pound. Boneless pork chops, $2.78 a pound. Rump roast, $5.98 a pound. And grocery cart's own homemade pork sausage, $3.28 a pound. 2.5 pound bag, Best Choice, all natural boneless, skinless chicken breast fillets, $5.98. Fresh frozen Best Buy bone-in whole chicken fryers, $1.78 a pound. 4 pound average bone-in Best Buy turkey breast, $1.98 a pound. Some of the other specials you'll find this week: Oscar Mayer sliced bacon, $4.98 for the package. Cloverdale smoked brats, 2 packages for $7. Oscar Mayer basic Lunchables, 2 for $4. And Gary's Quick Steak, the packages are on sale for $6.48. Highland Dairy, 2% chocolate milk in the half gallon, $2.88 this week. The big packages of Crystal Farms shredded cheese, $9.98. Best Choice butter, packages on sale for $3.80. Florida's Natural Orange Juice, $3.98 for the carton. Daisy Sour Cream, 24-ounce tub, $3.48. Highland Dairy Cottage Cheese, tubs are on sale, 2 for $7. And Blue Bonnet Spread, the 40-ounce bowl, $3.98. In the frozen foods section, Lego My Eggo. Eggo waffles, big boxes, $5.98 this week. Tombstone pizza on sale for $3.98. Red Baron Classic thin crust or brick oven pizza, $3.98. Totino's pizza rolls, the big packages are $8.98. And the Hungry Man Classic entree dinners, 2 for $7. Other grocery savings this week: Frito-Lay Cheetos, $3.98 for the package. Sara Lee Brownberry Bread, the loaves are on sale for $3.93. Village Hearth Hamburger or hot dog buns, $2.98. Nabisco Premium Saltines or Toasted Chips, 2 for $7. Frito-Lay and Lay's, the extra large packages, 2 for $6. Nabisco Family Size Cookies or Crackers, $3.48. General Mills Cereal, boxes are 2 for $6, and Best Choice condensed soups are 98 cents a can this week. In the produce section, fresh asparagus, $1.98 a pound. Crisp iceberg head lettuce, 2 for $3. 1 pound bag, Bolthouse Farm baby cut carrots, $1.18. California large lemons get 2 for $1. The bags of Dole Hearts or romaine, 2 for $5. Red ripe Roma tomatoes are 98 cents a pound. 5 pound bags of Best Choice russet potatoes get 2 for $4. 3 pound bag Michigan Gala apples on sale for $3.98. And the 1 pound package of fresh red ripe strawberries get 2 for $6. Progresso soups are on sale, 4 cans for $8. Old Orchard juice get 2 for $4. Starkist Chunk Light tuna, 78 cents a can. Buffalo Wild Wings sauce, the 12-ounce bottles, $2.88. Old El Paso taco seasoning, 78 cents for the package. Best Choice shredded or chunk chicken, cans are on sale for $2.78. Frito-Lay Lay's stacks, get 2 of them for $4. Cheez-It crackers on sale, $3.98 for the box. Hawaiian Punch, $2.98. And Best Choice spring water, 24-count package for $43. In the deli this week, sliced-to-order Kretschmar Virginia smoked or honey ham, $6.98 a pound. Sliced-to-order Kretschmar provolone cheese, $6.98 a pound. And in the bakery, get 2-bite mini donuts, 2 for $9. Bakery fresh lemon bars are $2.48. And those are just some of the specials you're going to find this week in the ad put out by the grocery cart.
Thank you very much, Brent. That's your specials at the grocery cart. Remember, there's plenty of parking on the west side of the store. If it looks busy out front, don't let that scare you away. There's plenty of parking and those big wide aisles inside. You'll be able to shop and visit with your neighbors. Have yourself a good time. We're going to take a little Irish trip up to news at the top of the hour. Stay with us.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. Plans announced for two world leaders to discuss ending the war in Ukraine. CBS's Charlie D'Agata.
President Trump says he's going to speak with President Putin over the phone tomorrow. He told reporters a lot of work has been done over the weekend regarding Ukraine. In his words, we want to see if we can bring that war to an end.
Mr. Trump says they'll focus on division of property and nuclear plants. A standoff between the Trump administration and a federal court over deportation of more than 200 Venezuelan migrants to El Salvador. Correspondent Weijia Jiang.
The judge in the case ordered the flights to return to the U.S. even if they were midair, but a defiant White House claims federal courts do not have jurisdiction to weigh in since the planes had already left U.S. territory.
They're cleaning up the pieces in the South and Midwest after severe storms killed at least 40 people across several states. Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves.
We could have as many as 12 tornadoes that came through our state.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, our EV trucking company is officially in operation.
Andrew's zero-emission trucks are driving the transportation category forward.
We'll make driving safer, easier, and less stressful. Now our technology needs to keep up with demand.
He needs to put pedal to the metal on hiring more software engineers.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
William is one of millions of Americans who uses GoodRx to save on the cost of their prescriptions.
My oldest daughter, Camilla, 2 days old, she had to have open heart surgery. All of a sudden, she's on 5 different medications. It adds up at the end of the month. Me and the pharmacist got so tight. She said, GoodRx save you a lot of money. Saving that extra $200-300 a month. We're able to do all these extra activities, so it puts less stress on our household and it puts less stress on our pockets.
Download the free app or visit GoodRx.com and start saving today. GoodRx user compensated for their time. GoodRx is not insurance, but can be used instead of insurance.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. In a story released by KSMB, firefighters were called to an out-of-control burn near Grand Island on Sunday. G. Chapman Volunteer Fire and Rescue Department was dispatched to an area near Chapman Road and Highway 281 around 2 p.m. for a burn that got out of control and was approaching a structure. Chapman firefighters, along with the St. Laborie Fire and Rescue, were able to knock down the fire and prevent further damage to the property. Crews remained on scene and worked hot spots for approximately 1 hour. The fire department said they were able to prevent any damage to the occupied structure. In other Nebraska news, in a story released by KSMB, Hastings Fire and Rescue responded to a house fire on Sunday near North Briggs Avenue and West 9th Street. Firefighters were called at 6:03 a.m. and the fire was under control within 20 minutes. According to the city of Hastings, the house sustained significant damage. City officials said a man was removed from the structure and life-saving efforts were performed on the scene, and the man was transported to Mary Lanning Healthcare. According to city officials, there were no other occupants and no other injuries were reported. Hastings Rural Volunteer Fire Department provided mutual aid. Hastings Utilities disconnected services. The Hastings Police Department and the Hastings Street Department also responded to this incident that is still under investigation. This has been a Nebraska News Update. I'm Jack Simpson reporting for Central Nebraska's News Source.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Dodgers shortstop Mookie Betts will miss Tuesday's opener in Japan and Wednesday's game against the Cubs as well due to illness. The Cincinnati Bengals agreed to contract extensions with wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. The Ravens signed backup quarterback Cooper Rush from Dallas. NASCAR win at Vegas for Josh Berry, his first ever Cup Series victory. NHL overtime wins for Winnipeg and Colorado. The NBA late game to Oklahoma City, which won at Milwaukee, 31 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Orlando ended Cleveland's 16-game winning streak, 108-103. The Lakers were up 20 in the first quarter and beat Phoenix 107-96. Minnesota won its 8th straight game, 41 points for Anthony Edwards in a victory over Utah, 128-102. The Jazz have lost 9 in a row. Auburn is the number 1 overall seed for the upcoming NCAA men's basketball tournament. Duke is also a 1 seed, as are Houston and Florida.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A red flag warning begins at 10 a.m. today and remains in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. A blend of clouds and sun today with daytime highs approaching 79. Westerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, 34. 1 to 2 inches of snow tomorrow night through Wednesday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
It's true, many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than preparing for retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, I agree, and I'd like to help. I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Tim McCaslin.
And I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn.
Together, we can give your long-term retirement strategy the attention it deserves. Stop by our office on the north side of the square in Broken Bow or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
It is almost 6 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. Let's go outside with Jack Simpson and find out what it really feels like. Jack?
Good morning. 42 degrees outside under a clear skies. Calm winds out of the southwest. Barometric pressure at 29.78 with humidity at 41%. So no rain or snow in the last 24 hours. The precipitation for this month will stay 4600s. High yesterday of 62. Overnight low was 40. That was at 6:30. Sunrise today was at 7:46 and sunset today 7:47.
All right. Jack, is there any clouds up there?
Not very many, just light, fluffy clouds.
Any birds going by at all?
Nope. Not that I can see.
You don't hear the owl?
Nope. Sure don't hear the owl.
Okay. All right.
Do you see any wind?
Do I see any wind?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Do
you feel any wind?
You feel any wind? Yeah.
No.
Oh, Jack, you're a good sport.
Yes, you are.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome.
All right. That's what it really feels like, according to Jack Simpson. We'll be right back following these words here on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Nebraska State Bank believes in our strong rural communities. We believe in our local ag producers and their capacity for innovation and growth. At Nebraska State Bank, we work hard to support our customers' growth, and that means growing ourselves as well. We offer a variety of banking products to make banking easier, especially during busy times, such as making payments online, signing loan documents digitally, or mobile depositing a check. These are just a few ways we can help simplify your life. Visit nesb.bank or call any of our branches to learn more about how we can make banking easier for you. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Just
Waking Up Central Nebraska.
They are so funny.
KCNI, KBBN.
Just a little frustrated with Jack.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I hate to complain about.
Are you sure you want to address this on the air?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Positive.
All right.
I didn't know he wasn't judging the cookies.
Yeah, no, I don't know what the situation is there. I remember I was in the meeting at the time we discussed who was going to judge the cookies, and it was open to everybody. And Jack basically declined. I don't really know more than that. I don't know why. I know back when I was that age and single, there's no way I would have turned down the opportunity to eat a free cookie.
Right.
So I don't know what's going on.
Well, he mentioned something about the sugar and the calories.
Yeah, I think maybe he's on a dietary plan or something like that.
He's 23 years old.
Well, I don't know.
He's going to miss out because we have not had one cookie that wasn't delicious. And we're talking about our chocolate chip cookie challenge, which is in its second week starting today. And I know I got a text over the weekend about a gentleman bringing in some cookies today. He said, I'm bringing some in. Enjoy.
All right.
We will. So if you're out there and you've been thinking about getting involved, it is time to do so. You've got through Friday of this week to bring in 6 homemade traditional chocolate chip cookies, no mixes, no nuts, no peanut butter or other candy, please, inside of the cookie. I guess you could bring those outside.
Yeah, there you go.
But don't put them in the cookie.
Yeah.
The cookies will be judged on color, appearance, and taste, chip to dough ratio. Honestly, when we just bite into them, we just go, that's good.
Yeah.
So we're having a little trouble scoring chocolate chip cookies, but we're doing our best because they're all so darn good. We'll be announcing the winners on March 25th. That's next Monday on The Breakfast Show. And you have through Friday to bring your cookies in. And don't wait too long on Friday because, we'll be closing up the office at 5, and we'll want to be, having those tested and tasted before we leave at 5. So come in a little before that if you want to do a late entry. We've had a lot of fun with this, and the response has been phenomenal, and the prizes are going to be great. First prize is a KitchenAid 5-quart tilt head stand mixer. It's cast iron black, and it can make up to 9 dozen cookies in one spin. And the second prize winner will be able to choose a local nonprofit or cause for the KCNI KBBN radio stations to donate to. $500 check will be written by KCNI KBBN to the nonprofit or cause of your choice if you come in second. So those are the two prizes, all brought to you by RTA's Hardware, Chapin's Furniture and Square One Boutique, Sargent Corner Market, thank you, Carl, Nebraska State Bank, The Grocery Cart, Ollie's Coffee and Boutique, BD here in Broken Bow, A1 Auto Repair in Arnold, and CarQuest here in Broken Bow, all sponsoring the first annual Chocolate Chip Cookie Challenge. And I've got about a half a bottle of milk left to go for this week.
Good.
So I can enjoy a little milk. I might even do some dunking this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah, not as far as afterwards, because sometimes there's some spare cookies that are left over after the judging. And I think I'll be doing some dunking.
There you go.
I know you love to dunk.
Yeah, not.
So good.
Sorry, just can't. I just can't dunk things in milk or anything. Because then little floaty things are in the milk or in your cup, and
Well, we went through this a dozen times. It
I know.
ends up in your stomach anyway, dude.
I know.
Van Morrison is Irish. He's from Ireland. So here he is today in honor of St. Patrick's Day, St. Paddy's Day. And it's one that's going to be a little hard today. The title of this song is called Stop Drinking.
in the region 3 years in a row. For more information, visit GothenburgHealth.org. Gothenburg Health, helping people live their best life.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. I've just been thinking, Brent, about, your mailbox and some of the things you said this morning as a neighbor and good friend, co-host, and brother and son all in one. It's just not going to be any fun if you're going to cooperate. I mean, it's really going to be boring around the neighborhood if you're going to cooperate.
Well, it's time for me to look at things in a different perspective. Look at them through Dave's glasses instead of my own.
Sometimes my glasses are a little foggy, I will admit. All right. Can you tell us a little bit about Annie Ritter's function there?
Yeah, sure can. It's going to be a special spring craft fair that is coming up. Going to be the first annual Hello Spring Craft Fair. And it is set for Saturday, March 22nd and Sunday, March 23rd. Saturday from 9 to 6, Sunday from 1 until 6. Again, March 22nd and 23rd at 1701 Myers Road, Broken Bow, Nebraska. Several people will be there. Mary Kay, Tastefully Simple, Paisley's Pies, Gigi's Goodies, Annie M's Crafts, Pampered Chef, Scentsy with Alice, Spring Photo Minis, Triple B Bakery, and boy, I'm going to take a... This is Maddie Bumgarner, and I'm going to take a Melaleuca. I hope I'm saying that right. Spring Minis must book a 15-minute time slot for Spring Photo Minis, so keep that in mind. And here's how you can get a hold of them. You can text 308-870-3654 for any questions about Spring Photo Minis. Again, that number to text, 308-870-3654. They'll see you there. It's the first Hello Spring Craft Fair at 1701 Myers Road in Broken Bow, to be held Saturday, March 22nd from 9 to 6, Sunday, March 23rd from 1 until 6 in the afternoon.
20 minutes past the hour of 8 o'clock. It's always good to have you folks listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We appreciate it. Well, Bono with U2 is Irish, as his bandmates are as well. And the Coors are also Irish, and they got together a number of years ago and put together a beautiful rendition of When the Stars Go Blue. And here it is on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
Naked Bee is hypoallergenic. Naked Bee is paraben-free. Naked Bee is gluten-free. Naked Bee is free of dyes or pigments. Naked Bee has no mineral oils. Naked Bee is cruelty-free. Your friends at Varney Pharmacy know you'll love Naked Bee. All the good stuff, none of the bad stuff. Varney Pharmacy, Broken Bow.
Moline Seed and Fence was founded by the Moline family in 2014 southwest of Callaway with a simple concept: to serve farmers and ranchers by providing quality fencing and livestock supplies. They continue to meet the demands of all livestock producers, providing watering and fencing products of all kinds, from barbed wire to hedge posts, creosote post pipes, and panels. Give Moline Seed and Fence a call and have their team help you lay out your next project. Call 308-529-0781 or visit them on their web at molineseedandfence.com. You're listening to The Breakfast Show on a Monday. Brent and Dave with you here. Red flag is up, folks. Fire danger very, very high, as you know. These winds have been relentless, and we need to be careful, so please do so today. Brent has more information for you on his table he wants to pass along.
Why settle for ordinary when you can have something truly unique as a gift? At Circle V Stitch and Post, Velma brings your ideas to life with top-quality custom embroidery. Want your farm name or brand on apparel? Maybe it's school swag you want. Whatever it is, Velma's got it or can get it. She's got shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, polos, hats, and more. And check out her selection of cowhide coasters, rugs, and table runners, personalized just for you. Get your creation started today by contacting Velma at 308-872-6173, 872-6173. If they don't answer, leave a message. They'll get back in touch with you. Circle V Stitch and Post.
They should be golfing soon. The Players Golf Tournament was, they got everything in yesterday, but they have a playoff today. They had weather problems Saturday and yesterday, and so they had to kind of speed things up, and they had a big delay yesterday, but another Irishman is tied with another gentleman, Rory. And don't remember his first name. Last name is Spawn. It's won only one other time in the Professional Golf League. And they're playing here pretty soon, this morning.
Oh, good.
They were both 12 under. And quite an ending to the tournament, if you got to catch that yesterday. I know you're a baseball fan, Brent, and you might want to get one of these hats.
Okay. I'm all right now. My wife is saying, Dave, do not try to encourage my husband to buy another hat.
Well, these are kind of expensive.
Because it doesn't take much. I love hats.
Most people like hats in this part of the country.
Yeah.
Caps and so forth, and cowboy hats. But baseball caps are handy for everybody. The new era Major League Baseball caps had to be yanked from the shelves.
Uh-oh.
And are now selling on eBay for up to $1,000.
Whoa. Yeah, I don't know if I'll spend that much for a ball cap.
Well, it's a design flaw that have made some of the caps funny and silly, like a big A over the Arizona Diamondbacks logo, making the hat read Ariana, or the Washington Nationals hat that reads Narwhals. Some hats are less funny and seemingly naughty, but either way, the hats are gone from the shelves. And Stephen Russell reviews anything and everything baseball, and he got a real kick out of this epic fail. But if you happen to want to get one of those flawed Major League Baseball caps, just released the new era Major League Baseball caps, they're going to cost you somewhere around $1,000 online.
Whew.
Yeah. So when do the Cubs play?
Tomorrow morning.
And they're playing at where again?
Tokyo.
Yep.
Playing the LA Dodgers. Both teams have been playing a couple of the Japanese teams.
Oh, they have.
Over there in exhibition. And Japan, man, The Japanese players.
They're pretty good, aren't they?
They're really good. And, I mean, you see it. They're filtering, obviously, into the major league system.
Right.
But, they were playing both teams were playing some exhibition games against Japan teams, but they'll play each other tomorrow, 5 a.m. Central Time, tomorrow at Tokyo.
Does that mean you're going to be to work early or just stay home?
No, you're probably going to laugh at me, but I am strongly thinking of setting the alarm to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and watch the game up until time to come to work.
Man.
I'm just thinking about it at the moment. Whether I'll actually do it or not, we'll see.
Okay. We'll see, folks.
Yeah.
It is time for you to stop all of your stuff.
Pete Yorn, and unfortunately I don't have the young lady's name who was singing with him, covering Stop Your Sobbing. Well, it's kind of like that one. It's kind of unusual. Something that maybe we sang when we were kids. Stop Your Sobbing. Okay. If you want Paul Revere's coffee pot, speaking of expensive.
You mean?
The Paul Revere, yeah.
Wow.
If you want to own an incredible piece of American history, you need about $1.3 million. A 250-year-old sterling silver coffee pot, handcrafted by Paul Revere, sold earlier this year for $500,000 and now being resold. The coffee pot was made sometime around 1775. Revere was an accomplished silversmith whose father had also been a silversmith. The coffee pot remained with the Sawyer family for more than 200 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Boston?
No, never have. No.
Lucky enough to go to the church that Paul Revere went to, and I think maybe even left, probably rode by on his horse. The British are coming. It's interesting. The English church that is still almost, I don't think they've changed it hardly at all. It's restored, and if they ever had to restore it, I think it's still used. Really old. But they had the like booths or little half walls around certain sections of the church. So I think if you were a privileged, maybe upper class at that time, you got your own little pews and booth.
Oh.
Yeah. And I suppose if you were not privileged, maybe you didn't even get to go to that church, or you stood up in the balcony. I don't know for sure how that worked, but it's quite amazing. And as I remember, the lights that are hanging from the ceiling are, really something to see. If you ever get a chance to go to that church, it's worth your time. Saw a piece yesterday about our national parks, and a number of the park people have been fired. Doge again, not Noge, Doge. And they're starting to stress a little bit about how they're going to handle the millions of people that go through the parks each year, especially during the busy season, June, July, and through there, and safely get them through those parks because they felt like they were kind of short-handed anyway, because the use of our national parks is phenomenal. Millions and millions of people want to go to the property that they own a piece of. It's owned by the taxpayers, and the numbers are, I didn't realize that many people went through the parks, and how few people, work the gates and try to keep things organized. So they're a little worried about that. And I didn't realize that parks were kind of dangerous anyway.
Oh, I'm sure there's spots, yeah.
For hikers and so forth, that makes sense. And you have to have people go get the hikers, and you hear about them being rescued all the time. And then the next week, somebody else is rescued. These people that go out and do the rescuing, probably not park employees, I don't know, but they have that duty. So I didn't realize that going to different American landscapes was quite as dangerous as I thought. A law office combined data to find the deadliest national park, and they found that Lake Mead National Recreation Area, which straddles Nevada and Arizona, is the most dangerous of them all, with drownings and car crashes cited as the main causes of death in that park. Right behind is the Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona, 134 incidents, and also Yosemite National Park in California, 125 incidents last year. So if you go to those parks, be careful and expect a wait if they don't get those folks hired back. Right now, if you went to a park that was open, I can't remember which park it was, national park they showed us, an hour and a half wait in your car just to get through the gate.
Wow.
So might put that into your summer plans with the idea that you might be delayed a little bit, and it might be kind of crazy. If you've ever been to Yellowstone Park, it's impressive, it's beautiful, it's amazing, but there are so many people. That's one park I've been to. I'm going just a line of cars to see Old Faithful, which kind of sputters up every once in a while, But you talk about people from all over the world in that park. It's crazy. Whew. You ever been to Yellowstone?
No, never have.
Well, you're a Bears fan. You better go. Yogi's there.
Oh, yeah? Cool. Isn't that where the Dutton family lives? Yellowstone?
Well, originally. Oh. Well, originally the Indians lived there,
yes.
Native Americans, and then people like the Duttons took over for a while. We'll take a time out.
Rise and shine.
All right. The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show on KCNI KBBN.
Hi, this is Andrew Mason with Pearson Physical Therapy, where we believe you should always receive the personalized attention you deserve. We use a collaborative approach to work together so we can help you achieve your goals. From post-surgical rehab and sprains and strains to back pain, arthritis, sports injuries, and everything in between. Come talk to us at Pearson Physical Therapy in Broken Bow, 872-5800, or visit our website, pearsonpt.com.
Are you worried about fraud? Join Bruning Bank for an informative lunch and learn on fraud and fraud prevention. In just 1 hour, you'll learn about the latest scams, how to protect your personal information, and keep your finances safe. This free event is your chance to ask questions and get expert advice from Ryan Sothen from the Nebraska Attorney General's Office and Bruning Bank staff. The public is welcome to join us at the VFW in Broken Bow on Tuesday, March 25th from 11:45 a.m. to 1 p.m. Call Bruning Bank at 872-2757 to reserve your spot and free Subway lunch today. Bruning Bank, member FDIC.
Ansley Lumber and Supply invites you to Ryan Rebuild Day.
Scotty Ross is here from Custer County Economic Development Corporation. Scotty, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Real good. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Same to you.
And you have a little bit of a green look to you today, which is smart. Brent and I forgot to do that this morning.
You guys come. Yeah, I honestly expected a little more festivities in here.
Well,
for St. Patrick's Day.
we've got the green trim, as you can see.
Yes.
But Brent and I had nothing to do with that.
I don't know if I have anything green to wear, honestly.
Really?
I don't know.
Just got a green T-shirt or T-shirt? Or?
Not really.
That's unfortunate.
Sorry.
Yeah, very, very. So you're going to have a meeting on St. Patrick's Day, which should work out fine. That's at 4 o'clock this afternoon for members of the Corporation.
Mackenzie and I tried to bring in green beer, but Taryn at Custer Public Power said it's a whole thing. You got to run it by the board. I said, I know Deb McCaslin brought Kincaid beer in there one time, but she probably just didn't ask for permission. So we did that wrong. But
yeah, you probably should have just went on in and
we should have just done
the old saying, right, Brent?
Well, yes, sometimes
ask for forgiveness.
There you go. Sometimes it's
permission.
Easier to get forgiveness than it is permission.
I didn't know.
There you go.
Yeah.
I just forgot to ask. Yeah. Well, Taryn, I understand you need to do things properly, but
yes, we don't want Taryn to be in trouble. Absolutely.
She could have looked the other way.
I know quite a few of the board members, though. I don't feel like they would have cared.
I don't think so either. I would think the majority would be fine with that, but
they may have come and joined you.
That's what
today.
I thought.
Yeah,
that's really what I thought.
Probably a sellout crowd today. So, what's some of the things they're going to be talking about?
Well, we have a pretty big agenda this month because, as you know, last month we had to cancel our meeting due to the weather. Mm-hmm. So, getting all the housekeeping things approved as far as minutes and financials, and then we've got our B member representatives. Those have been nominated, and so we'll approve those, and we've got some housing things on the docket. I had my Rural Workforce Housing Fund audit last week, and that was a bit stressful because they came here. And I came from banking, and so, the word audit doesn't scare me too bad, but at the same time, like when they're walking in your office and looking through your files, it is a bit intimidating, especially where I'd never been through one, and it's kind of just me. And
yeah.
So, but the guy that came from DED was super nice, and he was from this area originally. He was a Weiss, grew up south of Ansley, and just very personable. So we ended up spending like 3 hours with him. I showed him around town and showed him our 8-plex project that we loaned the funds out for, and so it was actually a very good experience. So
good.
Yeah.
Good. Well, it helps when they understand the area a little bit, and yeah, I would think that that's a real plus to be able to communicate with somebody like that and show them around.
Yes, and he loves Broken Bow and has memories of the area, so and it's always kind of nice too to get somebody from the Department of Economic Development, cornered, so I can ask him questions and pick his brain a little bit about, for example, I had turned in a trust fund application last year, hoping for the Nebraska Affordable Housing Trust Fund to use it for some more housing development here in Custer County. And I said I had, reached out for some feedback and what didn't they like about it, what can we do differently, and so it was really nice to have some of those conversations with him as well. The exciting thing about the Rural Workforce Housing Fund, fingers crossed, our contract is up in September, which means those funds will be deregulated. So that's a little over $820,000 that we'll have for continued use of a revolving loan fund for some incentive for housing development, but there won't be, as many strings attached to it. So that'll be nice.
Yeah, that'll be helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. The work that's being done on the north edge of Broken Bow with the lots and the housing and all of that, I was thinking about this time of year, March. It was 62 yesterday. We've been up to 77. It's terrible dry. The forecast says maybe snow on Tuesday night. It's kind of hard. You'd think, well, maybe we could get a lot done right now, but with this kind of weather, you really don't know if you can start anything, right?
I know. It's funny you say that because I just drove by there yesterday and thought the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I thought, when are they going to pour streets? But they know what they're doing, and I have all the confidence in the world that they're going to have it done by their deadline. And there's been a lot of interest in those lots, and I'm just not too worried about it. I think they're ready to pull the trigger when they see that the time is right.
Mm-hmm.
They've got everything all lined up for it. The only thing I'm a bit nervous about, and I haven't visited with Dave, with everything that's going on with the Broken Bow City Electrical.
Yes.
They're having to revamp a lot of stuff. I wanted to ask Blake at the city council meeting the other night, like, are we still on course for my project? I felt like that probably wasn't very kind of me to ask at that point in time, but.
Well, that's a good question. I'm sure they'll do everything they can to get back on track, and they were working, as most people know, last week. with some planned outages to make some permanent repairs. So they're working on it.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of how it goes. He said it had taken a back burner, a lot of these improvements over the years for one reason or another, and now it has to be addressed. But I think they're knocking it out pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And they've got a new journeyman hired at the electrical department with the city, so I think that'll help too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that and as we go into the next few weeks, the days are getting longer, and when construction work starts, they can put in a good full day, and you'll be rolling before you know it, and it will look much different when the streets are put in. You can visualize much easier, as I think you mentioned before.
Absolutely, yeah. I drive by there and I see the hill where there's going to be, I think there's 2 lots there that are designed for walkout basements towards Memorial, and I see that hill and I'm trying to envision it, and I'm excited for the rest of it to kind of come together.
Yeah.
So
this is going to probably sound a little weird, but we know each other pretty well, so you're not going to be surprised. I often have these little side daydreams, and I always think, what would I do if I won the biggest lottery in the world and I was a gajillionaire and I had all this money? And I've always thought,
it's always a fun game.
Yeah, it is a fun game. And one of the top things on my personal list would be, I'm going to walk around and I'm going to look at houses that need repair, maybe even replaced. And I'm just going to go up to the door and knock on the door and say, I'll give you way more money than this house is worth, and then we'll build you a new one.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be neat, be able to do that?
Yeah.
And then the other one that comes to my mind is, which is part of economic development, is what things look like. So I'm thinking if I was filthy rich, I would just walk up and say, listen, I'll give you way more money than this old equipment that's sitting in this lot is worth, and we'll come and get it and take it out to Myers Iron and Salvage. Wouldn't that be fun?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. Housing and the presentation that our communities offer when people drive through, I think is really, really important. And there's been a lot of improvements made and more work to be done, I think. But
yes, and that's always the challenge in smaller rural towns too, is there's a lot of houses that are completely livable that are sitting empty right now.
Right.
There's a lot of houses that need torn down and a new house put up. And there's a lot of folks living in a home that would love to, maybe have a fund to borrow from to do some improvements to their house.
Mm-hmm.
They don't necessarily want to buy a new house or a bigger house, but, it's time for some improvements. And so those are definitely ideas that we discuss. I actually had a really good conversation with Lance Bristol from Ansley the other day, discussing the difference between new construction versus maybe some owner-occupied rehab. We're kind of feeling like maybe it's time to focus a little more energy on, revamping some of the housing stock that we already have, or finding ways to incentivize getting a hold of some of those empty homes.
Yeah.
The state has a statute that allows you to fine people if they are not living in a home, if a home is not occupied. It's a vacant property ordinance. You can do it commercial or residential. Gets touchy in these small towns.
Yes, it does.
You always want to use honey versus vinegar, but there are a lot of small towns that have used it, and it's been very successful. And once you kind of get over that, that mountain of everybody's mad about it, and then they start seeing the improvements in the community and the difference it made, it has been very successful now. Callaway has used, they've purposed some of their LB 840 funds to establish an incentive. So rather than fining people, they offer money. Here's this fund. We'll give you, I think it's $25,000 or something if you tear this house down, or, So there's ways to incentivize it too. It just takes money, which,
yeah,
everything
does.
just takes money.
It really does. It really does.
But that's what I love about LB 840 for these smaller towns in our bedroom communities, like Callaway and Sargent has it and Arnold has it. It really helps. Huge.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just an ongoing thing. We've talked about this many times, but the average age of a house in Custer County is pretty old. If you take all houses in, now there's new construction and things that are going well, but with new ones, but the actual age of existing houses is pretty high.
Yeah. I mean, quite honestly, the last 2 homes I've lived in were built in like 1920.
Yeah.
So,
that's
I mean,
that's
good
pretty
solid
common.
bones, but they needed updating. And,
Yeah.
you know, I'm very fortunate my husband's handy. So, but not everybody has that.
That's true. My wife is not blessed with that at all. But yeah, I think we all look around and we want to help one another, and if we keep that thought process in mind, we'll get some things done.
Yeah, it takes collaboration. And speaking of collaboration, you know, talking about this wellness center and you know, getting that going again, and we're getting our committee back together next week since we toured the Armory. The city has acquired that building, and it's just a beautiful building, huge, solid, lots of opportunities there. But at the same time, when you start talking about gymnasium courts and some of the different activities that we want in a wellness center, I'm not sure if it's big enough, which sounds weird to say because it's huge. But
it's got a lot of airspace. It's tall. I guess if you put another floor in that, you could maybe do something like that. But then you have to balance starting from scratch or retroing an existing building. Is the way it's kind of a tug and pull.
Yeah. And one thing I hadn't thought about until I was visiting with, Dave at the city the other day, there's no HVAC in any other part of that building other than the offices on the outer.
Yeah.
And so, you know, that's a cost. And, you know, the main thing is we've got to get together and evaluate what the needs are of the community and then just decide whether those needs are going to fit within that building or if it's going to make more sense to build new. The great thing is the city acquired a really solid old building that, you know, Dave has assured me they'll use it for one thing or another.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, it's got space and it's got the cement floor, and there's a lot of things you can do with that. So, all right. So, folks out there, if you're listening, I think you can tell that Scotty is he's a person to talk to and work with. And if you'd like to know more about Custer County Economic Development Corporation, Scotty or Mackenzie would love to talk to you, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And become a member. And, as a member, I think one of the nice things about it is just to kind of have a little bit of insight look at what's actually going on. If you're a member, you know there's some things going on that the general public may not realize is going on.
Yes. Yeah. For example, we've got a housing presentation, a proposal at our meeting today that, it's for our board, okay? So our board of directors is made up of our members. So it's, we've got an executive committee that we elect to take care of the day-to-day things that I'm, in close contact with. But every month our board meets, which is all our members. If you're an A member, you're a member of our board of directors. So, an A membership is $3,000. A B membership is $750 a year. B members elect 10% of their grand population to represent them as voting members of the board of directors. But, when John Sennett founded this organization, it was, when you put up that $3,000, you feel like you should have some say, and he felt like you should have some say. And so, if you're willing to write a check for that amount of money, you really do care about what's happening in your community and you want to be involved in it. And so that's kind of the reason it was set up the way it is.
Yeah, I think it's a good concept. If you're going to invest in something, then you feel like you should be able to have a little bit of say-so. And I don't notice anybody at the meetings and so forth feeling inhibited that they can't say what they're thinking and ask questions about different issues that you guys are involved in. So it is a really good group of people, and been successful in the past. Look forward to watching you guys work in the future. Is there any grants that you know of, Scotty, for bird feeders and bird baths? Because my neighbor has a bird bath. It's a little bit leaning. It's kind of like it's leaning.
Oh.
And then he doesn't have a bird feeder, and it would enhance the neighborhood, both with beautiful songbirds and just the look of birds in the neighborhood. I was wondering if there's a grant I could get to help my neighbor fund that.
Well, I'll tell you what, we can do some research.
Okay.
If you wanted to start a business selling bird baths and bird feeders, or
Mhm.
building, have a little bit of a factory in your garage building.
That's a
those
great
types of
idea.
things.
Brent's got a double size garage.
Oh, well, perfect.
Absolutely.
I just
Great
love-
idea.
You always
Yes.
have good ideas for
He
Brent.
does. He's amazing.
He's just always going.
He's,
Love this
he's
guy.
trying reverse psychology on me because see what he's doing? He's agreeing. It's no fun that way. A little bit of debate is a healthy thing, isn't it?
It's fun, yes.
Well, hopefully I'll see you at 4 o'clock today. And again, folks, if you have any questions, they just call your number, or how do they reach you?
Yes, Mackenzie and I just use our cell phones for our work phones. So, because we're always out and about, we're not always sitting in the office. So, just 870-1424. Reach out anytime.
And the building itself, your office itself, is in Click Family Healthcare building.
Mhm. Behind Arrow East is how I usually describe it. So,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you,
It's
guys.
always good to see you. We have news next for you on The Breakfast Show.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. The Trump administration's insisting deportations of about 200 migrants to a prison in El Salvador are not illegal. CBS's Scott McFarland.
Attorneys representing those with connections to Venezuela who are challenging the president's use of the Alien Enemies Act have asked federal judge James Boasberg here in Washington to order the Trump administration detail when the flight took off and whether it violated the judge's order.
Russia confirms President Trump and Vladimir Putin plan to speak by phone tomorrow to discuss ending the war in Ukraine. Mr. Trump told reporters on Air Force One.
We'll be talking about land. It's a lot of land. It's a lot different than it was before the war, as you know.
Cleanup underway in the South and Midwest after devastating and deadly weekend storms. High winds are expected today from Florida to New Jersey and heavy rain across New York and New England. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Premium Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. In-store only, limit supplies. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the...
Designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your...
Windshield wipers. eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying... Just beautiful...
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Steve DeSager.
Dodgers shortstop Mookie Betts will miss Tuesday's opener in Japan and Wednesday's game against the Cubs as well due to illness. The Cincinnati Bengals agreed to contract extensions with wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. The Ravens signed backup quarterback Cooper Rush from Dallas. NASCAR win at Vegas for Josh Berry, his first ever Cup Series victory. NHL overtime wins for Winnipeg and Colorado. The NBA late game to Oklahoma City, which won at Milwaukee, 31 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Orlando ended Cleveland's 16-game winning streak, 108-103. The Lakers were up 20 in the first quarter and beat Phoenix 107-96. Minnesota won its 8th straight game, 41 points for Anthony Edwards in a victory over Utah, 128-102. The Jazz have lost 9 in a row. Auburn is the number 1 overall seed for the upcoming NCAA men's basketball tournament. Duke is also a 1 seed, as are Houston and Florida.
Here's your weatherology forecast. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki. A red flag warning begins at 10 a.m. today and remains in effect until 8 p.m. tonight. A blend of clouds and sun today with daytime highs approaching 79. Westerly winds 10 to 20 miles per hour. Tonight, 34. 1 to 2 inches of snow tomorrow night through Wednesday. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki.
Your friends at the Callaway District Hospital, as well as the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, are always striving for excellence. Reserve a ride with their public transit service. Learn about their specialty clinics, explore careers, and connect with them at callawayhospital.org.
Currently 49 under a sunny sky. Winds are out of the west-southwest 5 to 10. Do be careful out there. Red flag day today for fire danger. So be very, very careful. Going to warm up today. A little breezy. We're celebrating St. Patrick's Day today and also celebrating our good friend Roland Sell because he is here. And we're always excited to have Roland in. Roland, how you doing?
You know, I'm just kicking along pretty good for an old duffer.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that. How's things in Arcadia?
They are just fantastic. They really are. The town is booming. We have that new grocery store in there and new houses that are getting finished almost by the day, and families moving in and families coming back to Arcadia.
Wow.
So we're excited.
Good.
Yeah, I know that Jeremy and Tina were over a month or so ago, and we're doing some video of all those good news stories that you're talking about. Amazing that you're really on a great run right now.
We are. We're a very blessed little community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a nice little place.
Well, good enough for me for the rest of my days, I'll tell you that.
Well, it seems like you always have good things happening as far as events go, and the Methodist Church is certainly a center point of a lot of that, and that's what we're about to talk about now, is some more good things happening.
Yep. Yeah, this Friday night at 7 o'clock we'll have our 39th family banquet sponsored by the Methodist Men, and we're excited about that. We're excited that we have a speaker coming that has some ties to Arcadia, actually. His dad is the principal. Rusty Klender's our principal over there, and he was principal here in Broken Bow, I think, prior to coming to Arcadia. But Caleb is his oldest son, and he graduated from Valentine High School, where he was active in rodeoing and played football, and then he went to Morningside College and played football. And then he moved into the Omaha area and's been there since. He's very involved in FCA. He actually works for FCA now full time, but he has a relationship in most all of the Omaha schools. He's actually an assistant coach for Concordia High School, which played in the state finals on Saturday. Unfortunately, they got beat, but they got beat by a very good team. And he works directly with coaches and students throughout the Omaha metropolitan area, and has a lot of experience. So he's going to have, I think, a lot of good motivational and inspirational talks to share with the crowd that comes on Friday night.
Probably has a lot of stories to tell about experiences with young people that he's worked with all those things you mentioned there. Get him in contact with those young people. That's always an interesting story.
Yep, and you know, there's just so many of them that need a mentor, need help, need direction, and that's what he's doing. And so I'm hoping and praying, and I know it, that he'll bring that message to those who attend Arcadia.
And of course, always good food.
Oh yes. We'll have good food. Whitefoot Catering is, again, bringing the meal. And so the meal's at 7 o'clock Friday night, the high school gym. As always, when you have a caterer, you need to know kind of ahead as best you can how many to plan for.
Yep.
So we haven't changed things too much. We're selling tickets ahead of time. There won't be tickets available at the door, but by calling us, I'll give you some numbers here in a minute, but we need to know by tomorrow, if at all possible, if you're coming. And as has been in the past several years, we are providing free meals to any student who's in a senior on down through school. And the tickets for adults are $15, which covers just the cost of the meal, because it's a good one. Since it is on Friday and it is Lent, we will be having both fish and roast beef for those who would prefer fish on Friday. And in addition to that, Sheila Greenland Myers and her sister Sky Grease, who is also an amazing vocalist, will be providing the music for the event. So we'll have that being offered too.
Oh, it sounds like you got it all covered as usual.
Well,
yeah.
Try to.
39th one.
39, yeah.
Man.
We missed COVID, or it would have been 40 this year.
That's right. Forgot about that, darn it. Yeah.
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 So.
Okay. And really help out folks if you would get a hold of Roland sooner than later then. Or,
yeah, if you can just give me a call. We'll hold your tickets at the door for you.
Okay.
And the kids do need tickets. That just helps us with the count. So give me a call if you have 4 kids and mom and dad coming. Well, it's $30, and I'll mark a ticket for you and hold you at the door. We won't trust the mail at this late date.
Yep.
But we'll have the tickets there for you. We just need to get the counts by tomorrow. And my phone number is 202-0136, 202-0136. I won't give you 4 or 5 other numbers of the men, just in interest of time or trying to write them all down. But give me a holler, and we'll sure take care of you.
All right, 202-0136.
That's right.
Okay.
And typically we have tickets sold already from down in the Miller area and up in the Myrna area and Ord and Burwell and Loop City, all around. This is not just an Arcadia event. This is a area-wide event, and all denominations. It's non-denominational. It's open to everybody.
Okay. All right. That's fantastic. 39th time you've hosted this, and have you been involved in all 39?
I'm afraid I have. But I'm also thankful that I could.
There you go.
It's just been amazing.
That's great. Roland, sidebar question here. I think I know the answer to this, but do you have a little problem walking by the corner cafe there without going in and having a piece of pie?
It is impossible. My shoes, my hands, the door just opens, and there I am, and there it sits.
Yeah.
Meringue that high on top, Coconut
unbelievable.
cream, all of those.
Yeah, unbelievable.
And the other food, too, is just amazing.
Yeah.
We're blessed there, too.
Yeah, we happened to be coming through, it's been a few months ago, and stopped. It was at the tail end of the noon hour, and it was kind of calming down a little bit, but I recognized a lot of people who were doing business in the area, and I can't remember how big the hamburger was, but
it's huge.
I was like, I don't know if I can eat all of this. And she comes up and says, now we have all these pies over here, and they were laid out. And I'm like, my gosh, they looked like they were made in a high-priced pie shop. I mean, it was crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. That's good that you have that.
Their cinnamon rolls in the morning are amazing too.
Yeah.
Everything home baked. It's very, very good.
It is good. Yeah. It is good. Have you stopped ever? You need to, Brent.
I don't think I've been there. No,
Brent.
Yeah.
It's really
sorry.
It's on the way to Lincoln.
Yes.
You take
a little
70
detour,
instead of 92, and it takes you right past those pies.
All right.
Or on your way, to Loop City.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. That's easy to make that little detour.
When you're going back to look at your pictures in the school, you can stop there and get something to eat.
More like when I'm headed to the school to try to swipe those pictures so that they're no longer.
All of his shot put awards there on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen those, Dave?
Yeah.
I just happened to be there for.
Yeah, there's no athletic awards with Brent's name on them at Loop City High School, I guarantee you.
Well, you won't regret stopping at the corner cafe there in Arcadia when you're. Just make that route that way, or actually.
Bring a pie back for Dave.
Yeah, there you go. Absolutely.
Just say, hey, let's drive to Arcadia and eat. You don't have to really go anywhere. Yeah. And I know that my mom, a couple of lady friends, they went over and just made a trip of it.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Oh, there's a lot of groups of ladies or couples. There'll be 2 or 3 couples come from Scotia or Loop City or someplace.
Yeah.
There.
Brent, I'd have you write down their names so we could charge them for all this free promotion, but
there you go.
I don't remember their names. So
That's all right. We'll just ask for a pie. Sounds like to me.
Do you think they believe us? We went in and said, "Hey, we're with a radio station over in Broken Bow. We've been talking about your pies. Can we get one for free?"
I'll vouch for you.
Oh, you
Dave.
okay?
Thanks,
vouch
Roland.
for you guys.
Oh gosh. All right. Anything else, Roland, that you wanted to talk about? We got some time here this morning.
Just really, again, remind people about the family banquet. And it is this Friday, not next Friday or not Saturday. It's this Friday at 7 o'clock at the school. And tickets are still available through tomorrow if you call me, and we'll save them. And again, great music with Sheila and Sky and Caleb Klender, I know, is going to have a great message for everybody. So it's a family event. It's our theme every year is God, Family, and Athletics, and we like to encourage, and I'm sure Caleb will, that families keep that in the right priority order. Athletics, is going wild. There's tournaments every weekend, everywhere for every sport, and they just overlap. My grandkids in Columbus, especially my one granddaughter, she's playing volleyball and softball and basketball all at the same time about now.
Yeah.
Because they're involved in everything. And we need to kind of keep it in balance if we can. That's one of the efforts of this banquet, is to encourage that.
I think that's a good message.
And I'll throw in another little thing here. You'll hear more about it later, but our next mission trip out of the Methodist Church is well in the plans. We have over 40 people committed already.
Wow.
And it'll be going from leaving on May 31st and returning on June 8th. They're making actually the 3rd trip in a row to Rolling Fork, Mississippi. That's a small community. It was virtually wiped off the map 2 years ago this spring with a tornado. And we took a group down there last June, and they begged us to come back, so we had a small group that went in November over Thanksgiving week, and they said, now bring your whole busload and come back again in June, so that is going to happen.
Okay.
This time is quite a little different because we are spending all the time on brand new builds, and they have all the materials and stuff there. There's no cleaning out muck and tearing out old stuff. It's brand new construction, so anybody that loves construction work or just wants to be part of a group like this, 13 years old or older may go, and we want to get the bus completely filled. We'll need another 10 to 12 people to fill it to full, but it's filling up fast, so they can get a hold of me or Teresa Staub over there and take care of that.
All right. Don't know what you do without Teresa either.
No, she's amazing. Teresa is I just hate I can't go along anymore, but she goes, and she and Bill's retired from the shop now, so the two of them are amazing.
Yeah.
And then we've got some others that are great help with it too.
Unfortunately, you'll probably see some possible new damage along the way on your trip with all these
they've
storms.
had a bad weekend, haven't they?
Oh my gosh.
As far as I know, Rolling Fork didn't get hit again. I haven't heard they did, but
yeah,
boy, Arkansas and Missouri and a lot of those states really got clobbered.
They did. I was going to ask you, your folks okay?
As far as I know, yeah.
Yeah, they live in Arkansas.
Haven't heard they aren't anyway.
Yes, right. Yeah, sometimes no news is good news.
Yeah. Well, if mom contacts me, I'll let you know.
Thanks, Dave. Yeah, if you would, please. Thanks.
Thanks, Roland.
Thank you guys for allowing us to come and just share and visit. Don't see you too often, but
it's always a
when
pleasure.
we do, it's a great thing to see both of you, and I enjoy it. And see Brent at ball games a lot of times, but he's too busy to be bothered at a ball game.
You can always come up and bother me.
Maybe I should take a pie. I don't know.
Hey, that'd be all right.
Then he wouldn't be able to talk. He'd be too busy eating
He'd have
pie.
meringue on his lips.
Yeah.
Thanks. John Prine and Souvenirs here on the Breakfast Show this morning. Brent has one more thing he wants to tell you about, and he's going to present that to you now at this time on this Monday.
Wow, quite a lead-in.
Thank you.
Yes, it's the third Thursday of the month this week. So that means Rustic and Red in Cozad getting ready for their Sip and Shop this Thursday at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad. Sales will run all day from 10 until 7. The sipping, as always, will start at 4 o'clock on Thursday. Some of the specials will be 20% off store-wide, plus select apparel and home decor up to 60% off. It's all happening on Thursday as they celebrate the third Thursday of the month with their Sip and Shop at Rustic and Red in downtown Cozad.
All right, thank you very much. Do we have any cookies to taste yet this morning? I did 7 on Friday, 7 different cookies.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah. And Jack, there's some out there? All right, I'm disappointed you're not a judge. I think you should have took part on that. There's 4 out there?
Oh, good. All right, bring them on.
4 to judge.
You know what? You've been talking about the prizes that you're giving away. The real winners in this whole thing are us, who get to taste these amazing chocolate chip cookies. I think I've said this before, but the amazing thing about a chocolate chip cookie, everybody has their recipe and their own way of making a chocolate chip cookie.
They do.
And everyone has been different, but yet they've all been so good.
Yeah.
That's kind of the cool thing about the chocolate chip cookie.
Shapes and sizes and a little difference in color, a little less or a little more chips. But everybody has a little bit more variance in ingredients than you might think. When you bite into it, I don't think really out of all the ones we've tested so far, judged so far, that tasted the same as anybody else's, like you're saying. Pretty nice. You're really missing out, Jack. I'm a little bit upset about it. Oh, speaking of upset, before we close, I don't want to get all riled up before the show ends.
Yikes.
But you know, I've talked about this before.
Okay.
We junk up the world.
Oh.
Now we're just going ahead and junking up space. We're trying to get to Mars, trying to go back to the moon, sending up rockets, a rocket every day, putting up a satellite so we can all use our phones and not talk to anybody. Just look at our phones, become isolated because all of this space stuff is floating around up there. Now we add climate change to that, already causing problems here on Earth. It'll soon be making a mess in orbit around the planet. The MIT researchers calculate that a global warming effect will be caused by the burning of coal, oil, and gas continues. It may reduce the available space for satellites in the low Earth orbit by anywhere from 1/3 to 82%. So what's going to happen there, Brent? What's going to happen? You tell me. Think about it. It's going to take it down to availability of 82%, reduce our space up there 82% where you can fly those low-level satellites.
Okay.
All right? Depending on how much carbon pollution is spewed, basically there's going to be so much space junk, no one can clean it up. That's just ridiculous.
Yikes. Yes.
It's bad enough.
It is. Yeah.
Kind of. I don't know about the climate change side of it. That's their prediction. But just putting it up there, knowing that we're not going to worry about getting it cleaned up after we put it up there, is bothersome. It's like we were talking the other day about when we were kids, and you went with your dad to the landfill, which was basically a bulldozer made a big ditch.
Yeah.
And you went out and you threw anything and everything in the ground.
Yep.
It didn't
if you
matter.
couldn't burn it in the burn barrel, you threw it in the back of the pickup and you went out with Dad and you dumped it at the dump.
And it could be anything from food garbage to furniture to whatever.
Yeah.
You could throw anything you wanted in that ditch that was dug. And, of course, that might someday have an effect on the water, groundwater, all that seepage down through all of them different kinds of trash and I'm sure they threw batteries and everything else in that ditch. Now we're just doing it in space. Just throwing everything up there that we think's really cool. But when it's over with, we're not going to use it anymore. Well, it's just going to hang around up there. And I don't know whether somebody will be able to go up into space and shoot rats like they did in the landfill.
I don't know. That'd be interesting, I guess.
All right, that's my upset moment for the day.
That's all right.
Other than that, this cooperation thing on your part is really torquing me.
Hey, that's so. Sometimes you just got to look at things through a different lens. So I think I'm going to do that this week. I'm going to look through things through the lens of Dave.
Mom in Arkansas, help me. Jim, give me a hand. Have a great day.